Hello, good evening, everyone. So, is anyone going to get unmute and tell me what did we went through week 3? So, let's start with the class. So, before we start, can anyone tell me what we went through this week 3? Guys, if everybody is going to be on mute, then I won't be able to, solve your doubts or anything. Tell me what about the keywords, what you heard. Let's discuss those, and I will tell you the definition because maximum maximum things are have been included from this week in the quiz. which you will be giving. Okay, so this is a very important week regarding single stacket faults. So, guys, I would again request to keep the session interactive. Okay, someone has said redundancy, untestable faults, test generations. Okay, okay. We also, I think, when heard what is observability, controllability, and fault simulations. Acha, what are the various fault models? Let's start with this. And yeah, I would highly recommend that you speak up. So everybody in chat, could you unmute and just speak about it a little bit?
So can you just explain regarding the fault activation, propagation, and observability, sir?
Okay, I will. I will. Okay. Mm, let me share my screen first. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So, you want about fault propagation, activation, and what? What else?
Sir, observability,
Okay.
controllable and observable.
Okay. So let's talk about this first. Then we will move to this. Okay. So before I start, can anyone tell me what is observability? What is controllability?
Sir, while studying DSP in Z transform, we came to know about certain forms, canonical forms. One is control canonical form, and another one is observable canonical form. So, sir, there we studied about the Z inverse, adding up of Z inverses in a horizontal row or in a vertical row within a system. So, sir, in that context, we had done this analysis, but don't know in terms of fault, sir.
Okay. Acha, what does the word controllable means? Which you can control. Controllability, ability to control something. That is control. Controllability. What will be observability? The ability to observe. Okay. Now, what is happening is below is a black box. Acha, what does box means? Black box means this is a box, and inside what circuitry is present you don't know. It might be a flip flop. It might be this combinational, and then something. मतलब various circuitry is present. Okay. Now what you want? Now there these are the set of inputs. Okay. These are set of outputs. So, by what do you mean by controllability? Acha, from this, what you can say, input is controllable or output is controllable?
Sir, output is controllable by the inputs, choice of inputs.
Output is controllable by choice of inputs. Okay. Anyone else want to take a chance at it? So, okay. So output is what we see through LED or what? Okay. Hmm. Input is what? Input is what you send. So controllable input is also always controllable. And output is what? Observable. So what does it basically observability and controllability have a inverse relationship. Whatever is very easily controllable is in general not very easily observable, which means if you can control a system, so you don't only want the control na, whatever howsoever you can control it, you want that control so that it is observable at the output. Okay, so now what does this means? This means that whatever set of inputs you provide, acha, let me make it a bit big so that you can see it. Acha, tell me, I'm going to give you some points. Tell me which is more observable, which is more controllable. From the given circuit, tell me out of A, B, and C, which is very easily observable.
Sir, B.
B is very easily what? Observable.
No, C is observable and B is, sir, controllable.
Arey,
C is
what?
observable.
I am trying to tell you something. Acha, C is very easily observable. है ना?
Yes.
So tell me which is most hard to control.
C.
C.
C. So that is what I meant, that controllability and observability have inverse relationship. Okay. It is just like what you speak and listen. So if a person speaks more, then he will listen less. And if he listens more, he will obviously speak less. Okay. So what does this mean? So the point A is in the middle somewhere. It is we need particular effort to control it and a particular effort to observe it. How we have to control? We will need these particular set of inputs to be fixed, so that if we want a particular let's suppose 1, so we need this set of inputs as fixed by some particular value, then only this will come as 1. And if now you have to propagate 1 to C, because at this point only you can observe at the output. You are getting me?
Yes.
So you will again need a set of inputs to propagate it, because this 1 will to come here, but this also depends on this. Now this is an AND gate, 1 will be propagated, but as you can see, this totally depends on this. If it is 0, then you won't be able to pass on it, so you need to control it to 1, then only see you can observe as 1. So this is the concept of controllability and observability. So whenever there is a fault in the circuit, let us suppose, let me change the color of my pen. Let us suppose there is a fault here. Now for this, let us suppose this fault, there is some fault. Okay, and not making it is stuck at fault 1 or 0. Fault is this. So first you want to see what is the right, what is the right input here at this, what is the accepted input here. Okay, for that you need controllability, and then you want that. Now you, your, where will you be your multimeter? Multimeter will be at the output to whether see the current is there or led or whatever. So now you have to propagate it. So that's how fault activation and propagation comes up. Okay, activating the fault means the particular set of input on which a faulty this activates this point, we can control it, is fault activation. And how to propagate it outside to make it observable is fault propagation. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, what else you guys have in mind? Anybody else? Guys, come on. We have 8 people with us. So should I go one by one? Ayush, do you have anything? Acha, just tell me what was your favorite topic of this week. We will I won't ask you why this that. I will just explain it on this. Okay. Ayush, what was your favorite topic you learned from week 3? There is only one Ayush,
Hello,
no?
sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, my favorite topic was sir, test vector generation and fault simulation. The tools वाला lecture, sir.
ATPG.
हाँ sir.
Acha, what you liked in it?
Sir, testing the fault and sir, fault analysis, like various digital operations, like how to use the XOR to detect the fault. Sir, this kind of thing.
Acha, okay. So this is a question for rest of the class. Why did we exort it between the faulty and the rest of the class, or Ayush, you want to tell?
So we do XOR just because to check whether the output, whether the inputs from both the circuits are different or not. Means if it's come 1 0 or 0 1, then only my XOR output will come 1. If both are producing the same
This is like
circuit, like
comparing
0
the
0 or 1
faulty.
1 1, so we
Hmm.
cannot detect that.
Okay. Okay. What else fault simulation tools did we learn? Okay, Pratham, you tell me what was your favorite topic in week 3?
Yes, I was coming to that. What Yash Kumar just D and D bar notation.
D and D. Well, that's very important. Now tell
So
me.
it would be
Uh,
good to discuss now. That.
uh, so tell me what is this D and D bar notation in fault simulation? Why do we use it? What was? Acha, how is different? How is this notation different?
Mm.
It's okay to speak a wrong answer. Don't worry.
D will produce 1 at good circuit and wrong at 0 circuit.
हाँ तो how is it different with the XOR implementation which we were doing earlier? No, why we need so many implementation? Then we are just doing XOR and we are getting. Now what is the difference in D and D bar notation?
So it's like if D will produce anything like 1 or 0, obviously D bar will produce the opposite of that. We can say that.
Okay, which that can be known by anyone. That why do we need this different D and D bar notation? How is it
Uh,
help?
Not sure that. Not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Anyone else you want to? Anyone else who wants to try before I give start?
It helps in recognizing or propagation. Like we can also propagate through 1 0, but D and D bar notation helps much better than 1 0.
How? That is what I'm asking.
I think we can get for both good and bad circuit. We can get values. That's why
You can get.
the output for both good and bad circuits.
Okay. Not specifically. मतलब अच्छा, what D and D bar are just notation or fault testing logics? अच्छा, how many till now how many logics we have used to detect a fault?
Two.
4 0 1 D and D bar.
Now someone said it. Who was it? D represents one in good. Okay, everybody knows that D bar produces 0, but what does it mean? How is it different? Why? See, these are my doubts. Okay, now let me describe D and D bar notation. Okay, so let me start. What is D and D bar notation? Acha, whosoever is unmute can Rahul. I think it's you. Can you go to mute because it's a disturbance. Okay, thanks Rahul. So now, what is D and D bar notation in fault testing? So in digital fault testing, especially in ATPG, we use 4-valued logic system instead of normal Boolean. Normal Boolean is what? It is 0 1 basically, but in our fault testing what we do is we use 4 values: 0 1 D and D bar. Okay, so this means we have introduced 2 more values. Now these are what? These are symbols or logic values. Let me call it symbols. This will be good circuit, this will be faulty circuit. Now 0 will be 0 in good circuit and 0 will be in same in the faulty circuit. 1 can be 1 in good circuit. Okay, now D and D bar values. Now for a good circuit we know D will be 1, so in meaning in faulty circuit it will be 0, and D bar is 0 in this and 1 in this. Now what does this means? Now it means that good circuit output, okay, we always write it like this: good circuit slash faulty circuit.
So here we are taking 1 as a good circuit and 0 as the faulty circuit.
Everywhere D is taken 1 for good circuit and
Okay.
D bar, unless it is specified.
Mentioned. Okay.
Achha, now why do we use this? So as we know that till now that fault is first activated and then fault effect is propagated to the output. When the fault reaches output, if the output becomes D, it means the circuit is good and it is faulty. Now if the output becomes D bar, it means what? It means the fault is successfully detected. Now for an example, let us suppose we take an example of what? Stuck at fault 0. Stuck at fault 0. Stuck at fault 0 means what? D will be 1 for good circuit and 0 for faulty circuit. For at that point, for example, this is a fan out, and here is something, and I'm talking about this point. So this will be the notation of this place. Now the value at that node becomes what? D. Now when we try to propagate this D through various gates like this and this, and until it reaches the output, if the output becomes D, then the fault is detected, and if it's D bar, then fault is not detected. Sorry, for D and D bar, fault is detected. For 0 or 1 or any other value, fault is not detected. So this will be the 4-value logic system. Okay. Everybody getting my point or not?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so D and D bar is also very important. Okay. So who I can ask next? Okay, Mohammed, tell me, what was your favorite topic?
Yes, sir. Basically, like I haven't watched the lectures fully. I just watched randomly. So till now,
Oh,
it's like D bar only.
okay. So anyone else? Purba, would you unmute and tell? Acha, there is no what we can say. No stress to if you are not comfortable in speaking, you can just write it chat, and I'll move on to next person. Okay. So if you don't want to say, so Kaushal, come on, yaar. Now
Yes, sir.
ETM is getting interested. Now we need some doubts and problem solving, na?
Yes,
Coding.
yes.
Some, so I don't want to go directly to the quiz. I want that some doubts come up so we can have a good discussion.
Sir, I have a doubt in Hazard section.
In hazards, it was in which lecture?
I thought 21, 20 or 20.
In that industry practice one.
Redundancy.
Acha, redundancy, untestable faults, that one, na? Lecture 20, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
So what is your doubt? Tell me.
Like the last 5 minutes of the lecture, I didn't understand what
Arey, how I can
doctor
tell last? Tell me about a topic.
topic is like something AB, A bar B plus AC and BC is introduced.
Yaar, your voice broke. Is it for me or for everybody that I can't understand him? If not, then can you write it in chat? Okay, let me go. I only understand one word, hazard.
Actually, I gone through that lecture. It was sir make a K map, and in K map we just used to do groupings and all. So like if already groupings are being made and some gate come and one more grouping is there, so that's called hazard something. So that should not be there. Only two groups are there, so that it should be two groups, not three
So,
groups should be there.
wait. Let me show an example of a K map. Let us suppose. Okay, A, B, C.
So basically, the sir what gave in the lecture, the ones are in 3, 2, 5, and 7.
0, 1, 2, 3, 5, and
3, 2,
7.
5, 7. Hmm.
Acha, here also it was there.
Huh.
It was not there. 5, 7 was there, na? Haan. So he
No,
meant
yes.
he did
Yes.
like this, and like this. Haan, so what is a hazard here? Grouping
Yes.
grouping will be done like this, na? Nahi to when it is a hazard.
So when your this 3 and 7 making a group in of any of the case, then it becomes hazard.
How can 3 and 7 make a group?
That should
Like
not be,
this,
no?
na? This is again we group it again, na?
Huh. Yes,
Now
yes,
it
yes.
becomes a hazard.
Yes.
So what does he mean? Let me tell you. Let
Okay.
I think he was talking about this example, na? A bar B plus AC.
Yeah.
So acha, now I understand. So what acha, that hazard is talking about. So what happens is this can be also implemented like this: A bar B plus AC plus ये repeat होगा तो this will be BC. Now these two are similar. How? This BC, how it arrived here? It arrived when this group was done, because this is B bar C. B bar C, this is BC bar. So when you took, let me highlight it. When we grouped these two ones, this will be the extra grouping, not needed. From there, this extra term came up, and this will be known as hazard or glitches. So what happens is when the input is changed, one OR input will go from will transition from 1 to 0, and another also. So basically what happens is A bar, for earlier the implementation was like this: A bar B, no, A bar B plus A C is here. Okay, now let me change to green. Now there is B and C, one more. So B, C. Let me add this separate. So what now you can see this circuit implements here. Let's suppose the output is Y. Here is also output will be Y. Okay, so now this green part is redundant, was not needed. So now if it was added, what happened? So it says that whenever that input changes, change in input, let us say one of the OR gates input goes from 1 to 0. Let's suppose this is Y. Okay, now this goes from 1 to 0. Now what happens? This output should also be transition from 1 to 0. But now because it has an input, now this changes the whole thing. Now there will be a glitch. You know why? Because there is extra delay of this wire. and for a very little time the input will be the output will be 0, because both inputs are 0 makes the output also 0 if there is a change. And this will be known as which type of hazard? There are hazards of how many types? This will be a static hazard.
Two types of hazards are there.
Here it will be a static hazard. What does static hazard means? It is a glitch. By glitch it means, okay, your output was supposed to be like this, but for some reason a small pulse came and it again settled to 0. This thing is known as glitch or a static hazard. The occurrence of this is because of wire delays or gate delays. Now, why it came here? It was because this green part was unnecessarily, because we grouped an extra term. You guys are getting me? So when will be the this what we say transition will happen at the same time, or what we say that what is good for us? We need fewer gates. That is why we use K-map, and with that minterms grouping is present. Okay, then only the circuit becomes testable. So the only issue is that with redundant circuits there is a chance of untestability. Okay, so any other doubt?
Sir, then could you explain the question number 17 of graded assignment?
There is question number 17. Okay. Week 3 graded assignment. It has opened. Question number 17. There are total 14 questions in graded assignment. अच्छा नया वाला you wanted. नया वाला कहाँ होगा मेरे पास? Could you share your screen? Yeah, wait. I think.
Can I?
Wait. Let me. I think I have it here. Ask. Is it based on hazard prevention? In this given circuit G A bar B plus AC, adding a redundant term BC prevents hazard during which transition?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So answer is B, है ना? That when transition from 0 to
Sir,
1.
I understand the answer, but I didn't explain how.
Sorry? What you did not understand?
Question.
So you did not understand the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the given circuit, I think it was a similar one. Adding the redundant term BC prevents the hazard during which transition? Okay. Okay, let's go by option. Okay. What is the first option? So my screen is sharing now. Let me write it here. Okay. So let's go by option. Now the first option is when option B is 0 to 1. B takes value transition from 1 to 1. C takes also 1 to 1. Okay. Okay. Now let us consider the first transition. When before the transition, what was the case? When A was 0 and B was what? 1 and C was what? 1. Then what will be G? G is what? Output. What is our Boolean expression? Our expression will be 0.1 plus 0.1. This will give you what output? No, this will give you
1.
it is A bar B plus AC. AC. This will give you 1. Okay. So our question is what? Our question is prevention of hazard during which transition? So is our output is having a transition or not? Tell me this. Now if you're now after transition, what happens? 1 bar dot 1. B was 0 na. C was also 0. This is 0. Let's see. So this will be 0. Sorry, my mistake, guys. Now after transition, what happens? After transition is it goes from now after transition it is 1 1 and acha 1 1 1 it is. So A bar B plus BC. So now this will be 1. So your output has transitioned na. So it is what? Glitch. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You can see now this is a glitch.
Yeah.
So let's go for option B. Now option B before transition it said what? A is equal to 0, B is 1 and C is also 1. So G will be what? 0 watt dot 1 plus 0 plus 1. It output will be 1 before transition. after transition. It will be what? After transition, A is also 1, B is 1, and C is 1. G is equal to 1 bar dot 1 plus 1 dot 1. So the output will be again 1. So as you can see, there is no what? No change in output.
Sir, after transition, we will check for BC term, which is a redundant term.
Rahul, the
Yeah.
question is based on which of the transitions there is no hazard. So in option A, I showed you na, before transition the output was 0, after the transition output was 1. So there will be a smaller glitch. Now our expectation is this does not happen. Output should stay continuously. Before transition also output will be 1, and after transition output will be 1. Then only the hazard will not occur. Okay.
Option 3 is also the correct.
Option 3 is also
Correct, like no output is changing.
option C is what? Option C is, wait, let me open. Option C. Option C is A transitions from 1 to 0. Ha, you are right. In option A there is a hazard. In option B there is output stays as 1, and in option C output stays as 1. But here output transitions what? It transitions from 0 to 1. Now what is our exact question? Our question is in the circuit which was earlier as A bar B plus AC. Now when we add the term prevents the hazard during transition. Now your option B and C does not have what? Option B and C does not provide a hazard. The output stays continuously.
Yeah.
Now,
Then both options.
nahi
Both
nahi,
option are
both option. Are, let me complete now. But
okay.
now what
Okay.
happens is, look at these two terms, A bar B and AC. A bar B, AC. When A is 0, when A is 1. Okay, so as soon as there is a transition from one term, which means A, as it goes from 1 to 0, our both other terms are going 0 to 1. Okay. But what happens is when you add BC, now during transition B and C will be what? In both the cases, na, in option B and in option C, what is the difference? In option B, in option B transition is from 1 to 0, and option A transitions from 0 to 1. Now you can see the picture. This now BC will be 1, so this whole term is independent of A. So now G is 1.
So for both option 2 and option 3, the value of B and C is equal to 1 after transition and before transition.
Hello, can you speak again?
Sir, I'm saying for option B and C, the value of B and C are 1 for after transition and before transition. There is no change during transition for the value of B and C.
Okay, so you did not see this part, I think. Let me explain again this part. So, what is the difference between option B and C? There is a transition from A from 0 to 1 in option B, and A transitions from 1 to 0 in option C. Okay, so AC goes where? When option in this option, AC also transitions from 1 to, come on, tell me, 1 to 0, and A bar B also transitions from what? It is opposite, 0 to 1, है ना? Now just imagine physically, when A goes from 1 to 0, A bar goes from 0 to 1. So that signal will pass through inverter, and inverter will introduce a delay, है ना? Rahul, are you understanding my point? So when it is when there is a when there is a delay, so just now I told you, with delay what comes? Wire delay or gate delay? Hazard comes. So this will create a hazard theoretically. Okay. So that is why hazard is determined by K-map adjacency, not by algebraic symmetry. So this option B matches the K-map hazard condition. That's why we have taken option B, not option C. Okay. So anyone else has any other doubt?
In this same question, sir, means first we get hazard, after adding BC, we do not get hazard. That what question is asking for us now.
What, I did not get your point here.
Means first we are getting hazard with the equation that are given, and after adding BC to it, we will not get hazard. That what
For this particular transition, for the particular, so this question was in reverse. It was like how you can remove the hazard by adding a redundant term.
yes.
So this was the question. So if nothing else, then I can share the surprise quiz. Guys, any other question?
No.
Okay, and let me share. Yes, yes, I'm sharing. Wait, wait, wait. In the G form itself, okay. What is the how to see in call messages? It is okay. Guys, I have pasted it. Can you see that you can open it? Okay, guys.
Yes, it's opening.
So it will close by 5:15.
5:15.
Yeah, 5:15. In 15 minutes it will close.
Okay.
Hello, can you check just submitted? You're able to see or not? Hello,
What is your name?
Prabhanjan Kumar.
M. Kumar. So till now I've got how many? 6 responses I've got. So 8. Link to sheet. I've gotten.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, submitted.
If everybody has submitted, then I can close. But no, right now how many people are there? 24 और 25. Everybody has submitted. So I think I will be closing form now. Okay. And guys, whosoever came after 3:30, his form will not be considered. So what I'm saying, 4:30, because you have just joined for the surprise quiz, then that's not the case. Okay. So that I will remove after seeing the attendance. So if you are that person, I have to find and then I will have to remove. Okay. Okay, guys. And if nothing else, then I will be ending the session.
Okay.
Thank you.